the first to know. Nsem-Pii TV.
The British Broadcasting Corporation (BBC) for a release a report on US deportees and as a West African deportees baby PMO in the Republic of Ghana. Now, report na e patre say deportees na the President Mahama Nena Bain issue in the Supreme Court. Now, the genesis of the matter and say President Donald Trump better now so why one of the major policy say one in the United States of America, whether illegally or by detention, and I say by almost seeking asylum in the United States, no fact crime be so bomb back. Even certain hardened criminals scrapper or more in the United States cells crowd fact crime be so or be deported or back to either other countries. Now, ne kura mama inform pinifo na di nkomo ekwan obefa so age sankrofo no back into their countries, even so free obaji omo nkwan there. President Donald Trump United Kingdom and Rwanda for called similar agreement. So no person deporting be free out of the United Kingdom. Rwanda for Giomo time na Rishi Sunak, Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. Rwanda for accepted a deal of worth £350 million and some refugees from the United Kingdom to Rwanda. And then Yatese Ghana for accord into a similar agreement. The current Minister of Foreign Affairs, Honorable Okudeto Ablakwa, yenini di nkomo for sa agreement deal with. Osi Ghana yanji sikebia into Ghana's taxpayers' money, and yede babe share sa deportees we. Or say as a result of Africa panism and I say neighborliness into Niajen Kofon into Ghanaian taxpayers' money. Yede babe share sa deportees we from the United States of America. But this deal no enya de copy mo in Parliament. Parliament busebusa munsem and ratifying the issue no is shrouded in secrecy. Say Ghana for be munsem no de. Omo cloudy sansem no omo mind na yehu. But deportees we akopie mo Supreme Court say one omo fighting case in the United States of America and a court the ruling by say President Trump any ho kwan say obeyden obema omo deport omo from the United States of America efa refugee status laws a guide omo say omo mutumi say obi be claim refugee status o ukromo so far kwan pass so every claim say refugee status not the evidence PM kwan there only kwan say based on UN charter and laws our signing obebo nipa ne back easily sir inti sa case omo here in the United States and President Donald Trump one train ama court na for ruling number on President Mahama accord into the similar agreement inti BBC report and say sa deportees no mbedru Ghana ye reports say ya come to our military base in the Republic of Ghana no omo di akwako PM Supreme Court say ade na yen kan the court in the United States in VA the ban saying and na ultimately court into an agreement with President Trump say Jesus deportees one omo nka some person mo Ghana omo nyankwala they know their left and right omo person mo Ghana be claim refugee status and come beba omo choose United States for a reason inti say o pese oji omo into the Republic of Ghana definitely say idea based on omo consent because one omo nka say omo hardened criminals whatsoever and now two United States court na enka assembly we inti eba say na ultimate court na nsem ntugu na o yere o ka say o go into a deal the United States court here the matter inti we President Mahama about into media spotlight on it in the international world because one he's entering into a deal or more the NDC government or more criticize it during the time now United States for more person the Guantanamo boy detainees be PMO in the US military base in the Republic of Ghana. But upon four no they wrote according to details into this issue the BBC for a title and say US deportees sue Ghana over illegal detention. Now, illegal, they almost share inverted commas because we are waiting upon the Supreme Court of Ghana So the final ruling ebeba say the President Mahama deal on the United States President Donald Trump akono illegal. 11 people be free Nigeria and South Sudan be free the Gambia. They are powerful at the source of this particular US deportee issue. Argentina High, BBC, Reuters, France 24, and all the international media outlets.
You hear America for nso here. Now, no credence say the NDC and President Mahama some of these arrangements between Ghana and the US are politics and partisan politics pain. Ubeka say Ghana yene America for security arrangement. Omutimi kura be my security training. ABC sometimes we see some base bi kakra wa ha. Yetimi de ya soldier for ne security ni bi kura kwa brochire US for training. Almost be ba ha exchange of a part of the global UN program and arrangement. But unim say the NDC and President Mahama bia politics say me kaipa so be even some job from penifo bebre ni civil society organization penifo bebre ebre ko ba say President Kufuor breso arrange bi ba say o omba be my security ni training kakra na be hia so mbenya ba bi omo ba omo beda omo do maduane omo betena ene ade yenim deda course wo krom ha say hey na de yekofa amebesi military base wa ni ahwe a akaida ne ho ahwe ne bobo che say civil society groups are yanti be doing that. So once I be allow America for crown palm ma be see base training security if you tent crowd or Ghana hampo there. One here the next day I be bomb Ghana. And the year press conferences upon press conferences. Go ebi kwa kofa pictures or videos of countries are akaida for ne terrorist air bombing and linky say once the America for me were not over the years that security arrangement no na hosa NDC benso ebi AC MPP benso ebi so AC but in you the politics the moi na kofa sa Guantanamo Bay sa 2 years Nsem-Pii buy no crane say what kind of 75 na clear but you see there's a problem on say what kind of 75 no say the president may alaji dey chain mama come as me announce about may execute sa arrangement no also the parliament for resolution the 75-2 no that was the reason tia Guantanamo Bay assembly buy no o man fan ko parliament no so ko kan a case na lawyer Jeba for ne na bi mu de coin na that was the justification NDC at the time omo man into o man fan court say the okay article 75 na o say may but the Supreme Court gave a ruling say even though it is written there say the president may execute or cause to be executed treaties, agreement or convention in the name of Ghana. Then the second one, no, a resolution of parliament supported by the votes of no more than 1/2 of the members of parliament. And they say once I almost signing treaties and I search, whether the president may, I'm a court. Near himself Supreme Court also the interpreter of the constitution. I'm a mama the direction as to where it should go. Usha. That is the same kind of argument. And then, the court, Supreme Court now, Supreme Court Bogu no. Almost a in fact, and then quite no master, I invented something strange. Say MOU. No, MOU krona homokano. It is written on it. Say treaty. Now MOU na
Supreme Court ruling no.
Yes.
Supreme Court no ebo MOU nugum na Kwabasante asende me.
Yes.
Yi kakra mami try some making kind. We all say a trip down memory lane. Except of what Okujeto Ablakwa said on MOUs and note verbal in Parliament on August 1, 2017 after the June 2017 Supreme Court judgment on Gitmo 2 saga. Or say no Okwe direct quotation. Or say The judgment revealed that, Mr. Speaker, the judgment reveals that, Mr. Speaker, that raises a matter that the judges stress on page 14 of the judgment. Mr. Speaker, the Supreme Court said that, and with your permission, I quote, the Constitution of Ghana bears no distinction between executive and non-executive agreements. Mr. Speaker, this judgment now means that every note verbal and every memorandum of understanding that the government of Ghana enters into with another foreign entity must come to Parliament for ratification. And you know,
yes,
on our learned former Attorney General and Minister of Justice and our current Honorable Attorney General and Minister of Justice held the view that there is no need for such to have a distinction as a country. They cited Constitution of the United States of America and South Africa. Mr. Speaker, just yesterday, whilst listening to the Honorable Minister of Finance deliver the 2017 mid-year budget review and economic policy, he indicated that there is a new agreement that President Akufo-Addo has entered into with his counterpart in Ivory Coast, where they are collaborating to prevent smuggling of cocoa and so on. Mr. Speaker, this House has not seen that agreement, and there are a plethora of such agreements that will normally not come to Parliament for ratification. Mr. Speaker, now, by the virtue of the judgment, all those agreements, note verbals, and memorandum of understandings have to come to Parliament. And you could say
that was the argument.
The argument Supreme Court said because of Supreme Court ruling, even Enkitahudia MOU Cote d'Ivoire, any Ghana signs a cocoa smuggling cry, Ibesia no, Parliament,
yes,
na Parliament and but no could you say, I didn't hear such judgment ye by you know. About Parliament in ye
agreement no Parliament in ye ni say just an MOU. Now I'm saying na MOU any agreement. MOU agreement. Me say me ne Prof Kill. Yen sign MOU say every weekend we will be or the member co base. Agreement. And it's enforceable. What I say? Until who can sign MOU, who can sign then. In fact, obvious to say it has to go to Parliament. But I'm saying say they are using the article, the May clause and just an MOU to make an argument on fan call. And strangely, na edo haba no enya lawyer the court. Matise ebinum so omo so ba ko challenge omo ko hwe say we should enforce Article 75 and the court ruling no. Ye hwe de ebekwa kosi. Na say court na ayehu kakra. Very interesting rulings na heba. But ye hwe the court ne become going forward. Na ade ba ko so amesa mo wan say say MPP say omo hu nya kono. Enti bibia no MPP beka Ghana for beti and I say dodo na mu bi civil society organizations ne sa religious groups ne dey obi abeti nti e mom pa ye ne hwe say court be kire say e bia ampa umfa mra because unim e be hia say be nya full disclosure our Parliament I didn't they say the Prof Kill no the Parliament that at the next day kro be nya
ma me nya kwa say ne ekosunya che President Mahama mu Ghana for
na me che say no be akwa kodu no mo pe no mo ye o
no we dey na open na oya fabra na ihu ye pese ihu look we dey call Parliament to betimi kwara call under certificate of agency oba approve no any year
na say there are many anyoma omdia call Parliament I know certificate of emergency
yes into for we so call but
dum so levy say ni na
Ghana for ebe hunu bi nti
ye mfa nko e na de omo pe no mo ye so obi aso nko omo hwe ye okrom a ye bete
all right Alaji Mamiti we into when you saying we West Africa 250 and so ba kunu egifu 2 into West Africa 250 okay 250 yeah
now also agreement now refer to it as agreement
and so number MOU
but no MOU omu quote ni na all their communication omu to say treaty
and no crowd
o de mama miti Alaji
Anope many pay President Mahama or the Asema Bagano. Now Asema or the by ne say a binomo a Janefi Omukrum say Omusiki asylum or United States of America. And a Trump administration say on pure more or the omo countries be say they will not accept them. But Ghana, say, oh, yeah, crew space waha. Yeah, beji sa West African neighbors and na the omamba. But the enemy say whether say omo be stay or Ghana na say omo be temporarily na the omako omukrum. But before I get to answering that question, and now maybe some question it was say Mami Peter say the president may or go to Article 75 ne me be over the counter lawyer. And I remember me on it was the president may execute or cause to be executed treaties, agreements or conventions in the name of Ghana. That one is the discretionary part. He may say obian for sono. He may treaties are obian for sono say onkoji way from your friend is saying US. That is a discretionary part of it. Yes. He may decide to take deportees from US and we are discretionary. But once he decides that then Article 75 kicks in.
1, 2 years. The 2 kicks in.
The 2 kicks in. Yeah. But the first part, no, and no argument.
No, I would do, Mr. Minchawano. I'm not disputing what you are saying, but because in any case, the Supreme Court direction that.
Yes.
What I say. But that is the argument out there. So when you read Article 75 now, or see main compulsory.
What? That argument is what argument?
The argument is that 75 because the 75 used to may no. And yet
no, it doesn't affect. It is a prelim.
And apart from that, it is just an MOU.
The point is that may understand of some meaning and say
yes.
And yet America phone to me show
exactly. That's the first part.
So who decided so Obejidia?
So what did NDS
72?
There's no argument about that. That is what even the Supreme Court direction on that.
So already it is settled.
Through the it's settled.
So my koho many sa semi make just a work of social media say honorable foreign affairs minister. Say ya nebeba. Obi a oye social media freak time be on social media yes say ukoka na o say Trump or president cry is always on social media until Trump na o the audition niama as Trump can come social media and no na say foreign affairs minister beka but the entire say so almost say deportees no mo lawyers in the court
the deportees no omo or the court.
Why not?
Said
they why Ghana should accept them to come here
and live here.
Okay.
Because of Ghana, say Ghana is subscribing to conventions and protocols of UN international bodies. No.
The reason
as part
why
of the arrangement, no, some of these arrangements now are normal. Ghana, but in any case, there's nothing wrong. What you say? Honestly,
Peter, there's nothing wrong with you. Mama come asem.
Mama,
say to nobody should interject. Enter me
Obake. Your mama say Obake.
Say
welcome.
And only search.
Onim. The entire first of all, let me speak about the entire NDC by Mama buying probably on Pese or the Beko Parliament. And only say almost the qua said there many other no agreement details of our agreement will be disclosed as to whether ye sika from US and ye or man and say yanjiska. Say foreign affairs minister say ye free yanji. But if the agreement is whether you MOU or the core parliament, the details of that agreement will be disclosed as to whether willingly was nip over 200 will feed them freely, will house them, and those details will be disclosed. They may not want to, and the entire moment say maybe they don't want Ghanaians to see say omokojiska. Especially when the foreign affairs minister say they are only doing humanitarian work. Okay, I say US, UK, any Rwanda almost signing similar asylum seekers transfer agreement. Yes. That agreement was approved by UK House of Commons. In fact, Sunak, Rishi Sunak administration government, they had paid in 2023. How much did they even pay? 240 million pounds and all the Rwanda. For Rwanda to accept asylum seekers in their country. For Rwanda to accept asylum seekers, total amount now, 370 million pounds. But that time, no, Labour opposition, Labour force, or Momo de Omoba, that agreement or cancel. But Rishi Sunak had already paid $240 million to Rwanda. Say Labour by Oma cancel agreement. No, do you know Rwanda is requesting say or more demanding say scanner agreement here? No, UK should pay to them. Yeah, Rwanda has been able to make so much money out of this agreement. Yeah, war Ghana no. And by the way, some of them were also African neighbors, African AU and Rwanda GA, somewhere from Asia, oh baby. By area, no, we have been taking more numbers. Yes. Also 200 and saying
250, yeah.
Yes, we are not getting anything from United States of America. Jomo for free. Buy house for free. Does it make sense to you?
It doesn't make sense.
Now another one made and they say almost say they are now going to Ghanaian government is going to call governments of those neighboring countries for them to provide plane. Say Ghana will not bear the cost of it. Or more, those governments say Guinea for no any. Their government should provide plane. Na yedi omo for comma Guinea for. Did Guinea say they want to accept their refugees back?
And you can say somewhere 2023 or say 2022.
Yes.
America for can some deport in past 7,000 biaba Ghana.
Yes.
Emo money akufara baninya issues. So okay.
Yes.
Say John Mama. Say John
Mahama.
Uncle G 7,000 in Nabai.
So first of all, the people were running away from their government.
Yes.
And they call it almost asylum.
Yes.
They were refugee or they were seeking asylum in the United States. They were running away from their governments. Wo Ghana wakoji omo. Abba say you are taking them back to their government. Who gave you a? They don't want to go back, and you are taking them. Say
you come on.
By the way, a country is now also free almost say you want them to provide planes in India, say they will be taken back to their countries. Did those presidents say they want their people back?
No.
Now, one also interest. One also you are taking deportees from US. Why will you say you're taking the people and you are now taking them back to their countries of origin?
No.
Well, the places they are running away from.
No.
You say you are taking them back there. Does it make sense to anybody? Now, the reason why the people are taking the government of Ghana to court and they say, almost say argument and they say, why is it when US